Hello everyone and welcome to qualifying day here in Andorra. It's a wonderful day. All the days here are wonderful. It's lovely, it's glorious. It's a bit hot if I'm being honest, but it is making for some interesting racing with loads of dust, loads of slipping and sliding about, and about 2 line choices. And we found them. We found them, we got them. We don't think they make a difference, but we're going to analyze them. I'm going to tell you all about the track. Let's begin way up there on the top of that hill, 2,390 foot. It's high, it's really high. Pushing your bike up to the start, you definitely feel your breath getting taken away. So it is a challenging track to go all out because there's not much oxygen. Anyway, you get into that start gate, clad in perspex, so it really focuses the heat onto you. And you sit there, get cooked a little bit, warmed up in the start gate, and then out the start gate, headwind. Immediate and vicious headwind. Do that first jump, keep it low, keep it fast, then down across the grass. The sand's really starting to come out, the grass is getting chewed up, there's a few braking bumps, a few holes into that first corner that used to hold you really nice, but it's starting to get blown out. Little scrub jump, long left-hander, lots of berms up the top and gives you plenty of speed for the next triple. The triple, real fun, real nice, you can get some whips in it, sometimes you get blown. Turn your front wheel into the wind, that's all I can say, just point it into the wind, reduce the cross-sectional area and also the gyroscopic effects, tilts the bike into the wind a little bit, but yeah, do that, land, big, long, fast right-hander, and this one's causing a few issues because holes at the end, but you've got to go so fast because you need the speed for the next section. Step down, fastest section of track, speed tuck, stay out of the wind, super fast into the longest jump on track, but you're going so fast that it's over like that. It looks so small when you see it on GoPro, but it's a good like 30 foot, big braking bumps, long left-hander, and you really feel the G-forces around this corner when you get it good. Shark fin gap out into the next right, and then things move from bike park to more natural. So we've got some rocks and there's a little bit of line choice in here which we will get back to later. So some riders are going super inside through the rocks and there's a right line you can take or a left line. They both filter in together and then you come up to the next left-hander and again there's a wide line and there's an inside line. Both seeming very similar. It's going to be on execution. Out of that, little step down, long drifty right. You've got to stay super precise with the tires. If you go too far inside, too far outside, you get into the powder and it gets a little slippy. Small double, big step down across the road into a super rough left-hander that's really shaly on the inside, but some riders are holding it super neat. Round the next one, chopped out as well. The scariest first run drop because it's a little too short, if I'm being honest. You come into it, all you can see is ramp, sky. So after that, land, take the impact, super loose down this next bit because all the rocks have rolled down the hill and it's just like a big rock garden of loose shaly rock and you're trying to brake on this and it's a little bit squirrely, drop. Then there's a log that some riders are jumping off and gapping into the next bit or some riders are pre-jumping over to get the wheels back on the ground. Unweight into a rad left-hander, right-hander, drop, another left-hander, sickest corners on the track. And then right-hander out onto the second of the wooden features with the nasty, nasty ski matting on it. Hate it, hate it, I hate it, don't like it. Horrible ski mat. You've got a brake check over the crest, keep the wheels on the ramp. Drop off, and the original line was to go outside and outside, but most riders, the way that it's taped, you can go inside, inside. It's a lot driftier on the exit, but it is a lot shorter and it looks cool. Rail that inside, look through the corner, carry the speed down into the next bit. Super tempting to drag the brakes down here, and you do have to a little bit, but try not to do it too much. Really rough straight, big G outs when you hit it really fast. You can gap some if you have the timing for it.
I don't see the people.
And then a left-hander with a little bit of options. The step down is what everyone was doing to begin with, but it's really easy to come in too fast and just miss it. And people start going round it and going, oh, actually, you know what? That's actually quite good. The fastest bit of track. I'm going to say it. I think it's the fastest bit of track. It feels so cool going through there and just going light over the crest, and into a long left. And then a right with a little bit of line choice. There was an inside, a middle, and there was an outside. It doesn't look like it's that important which line you take here, but the next section does actually dictate a lot of what you want to do. There's a little wiggle around this rock, and the wiggle, it's not ideal, you want to go straight. So if you can set up perfectly on the right hander, you can turn it into a straight line, which is super cool. So I found the wide line was able to allow me to go much straighter through the next bit. But some people were managing to do the middle line and dig in and get high and straighten out that. And then you get into one of the gnarlier bits of track, chunky rock garden. So you've got a slight left-hander where they taped it to slow riders down as you come into it. And then you have three main choices. There is a left line which follows down the edge of the tape. It's pretty smooth, there's a few edgy rocks on there, and the corner at the bottom is super supportive. It's the most direct line, but it's not the main line, so to get into it, you do feel like you have to climb out of the main line a little bit, which makes the entrance just a little sketchy. The main line is down the middle, and it's got a little bit of a swerve to it, and at the end you have the option of missing the two big rocks at the end, riding over the two big rocks at the end, or even gapping over the two rocks at the end and into that corner. They're all very similar. One is cooler, because gaps are cool. It's just undeniable, you just can't deny it. The other line, which if you're a really tall and slightly unfit and not sure if you can hold on to your bike Scotsman, is to go down the right. Much smoother. Oh, it's much smoother. It's a longer way. Not as many people do it. It's a bit rubbly. Oh, it's smooth. And you can actually do it really fast if you commit into it at high speed. It's a little bit more challenging to get the lines just right. And it's a little bit longer. But anyway, out of that bit, slight right-hander, drop over the rock, big compression, slight off-camber rock. There's a few catches down there that are shifting each run, so you have to have your eyes up, ready for what's coming. Here the ground's really soft and it's not rough, but the bike feels like it wants to get bogged down, so you just want to stay relaxed, let the bike run through it. Slight left-hander, drop, heavy compression, drifty right-hander, then we get to the first steep section on the track. Really steep bit of trees, but it's quite short, so you can just dive into it flat out. And then we get to a pretty controversial bit of track. During track walk, a lot of riders said, people are going to die here. And then practice started. Oh, before practice started, they moved some poles to slow it down. Practice started. People weren't going very slow. And people had incidents. So to begin with, the landing, there were some big stumps in there and people had some big crashes. So riders fed back to the organisers were like, right, okay, we'll sort it, come in there, chop the stumps out, try and make things a little bit safer, which it did, but it's still a heck of a pull and it's a really big compression on landing. So it is a little bit safer, but it's an impressive gap. Pretty much you had to slow down for this crest. If you didn't slow down for the crest, you would land in the stumps. So racers being racers, you go, well, I don't want to slow down because I want to win. So if I just go really fast and pull up, maybe I'll win. And people were making it work. Some people were getting it really smooth, but the margin for error was tiny. The landing zone, you had to be like super precise. Into the next section, super soft ground, really dappled light. It's quite hard to see what the ground is doing, and it's hard to trust when you push in that it's going to be firm. So it's like if you're just a little bit off, you just hit powder and the bike just pushes through. So like trying to keep the wheels in the center of the rut, weaving through the trees onto the first cheese grater metal carpeted rubber bridge. Ah, horrible. You turn around the crest and you can just feel your tires squirming on the rubber. Oh, not a fan. Then down. So you come down and you come off the bridge, you hit the piste onto the perfect bit to do the trick that everyone's been asking for. They've all been telling me. I'm not even going to spoil it. Let's just show it. For the first time ever, the double Scandi. You Scandi one way, then the other. Hit vision.
Yo!
Yeah, might not have qualified, but boy, yep, that was a move. So I mean, it needs a bit of work, clearly. Like I think it'll be faster to do it like that, but I haven't got it figured out, you know? I just need to get the angle right, and then, yeah, fastest sector, you'll see. Over that crest, really hard to get the angle right. Then there's a left-hand turn that's got a couple of catches, and you jump out the trees into the final section of track. And a really hard bit to get good. It's a fresh, open bit of hill where the dirt is still that topsoil that just turns to powder. After that, long left-hander, hit the metal bridge. Big old brake check, don't go too fast off of this because it goes super steep with then a big drop into a G out. You hit that G out, oh, huge compression at the end of the run. Onto the final bridge, and then you do the worst corner into the most pathetic finish I think I've ever seen. It's like, oh, a little bit of matting, oh, drop to flat onto matting, and then oh, pedal across the flat car park, and then yeah, build something cool. Oh, like the track's sick, but that finish. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. Did we ghost anything? Back up the hill. So we are up the very top of this Andorran hill. One of the only line choices on this top section, although you could argue that there are more as corners get blown out, new inside lines form. So that's happening in a lot of places in the track. This is one of the few places where there's been line choice the whole week. The options here I don't think make a big difference. When we ghost this, it's going to be pretty similar because you can do all these lines fast, none of them have a huge variation. It's which one's going to be the most consistent, which one are you going to be able to do fast every run, which one are you going to be able to nail in your race run. It's going to be the execution that takes it, as it usually is. So let's do it. It's time to ghost this section. So first of all, we have Loic Bruni who comes in nice and inside next to the pole there, and then he goes round the rock, flying into that next section and wide over the rock into that turn. Hugo Frixelon, he was fast in qualifying. Let's see what he does. Sick transfer over the rock on the inside and then inside round this next turn. So coming into the corner, you can see it's pretty close. They are right next to each other as they come over that inside drop and into this rock garden. So Loic Bruni's going to head down the left as Hugo transfers over that rock, and it looks like Bruni's in front. But Hugo is flying down this bit and he pulls about half a bike length on Bruni as he heads towards the inside. Bruni heads to the outside line over the rock and he has to slow up a little bit to get onto it. Will he carry more speed as they come out of this section? It's looking like Hugo is still in the lead. He's carrying speed down into this next bit and the line is 0.2 to Hugo Frixelon. And now we got Aaron Gwynn. Jeez, oh, he's on a sneaky line down the inside that we didn't even know existed, and then goes outside in the next corner. And then we've got Loris Vergier, fastest man in qualifying. What's he on? A nice, smooth and steady outside, and then an inside on the next corner. So coming in, you can see Gwynn holds a really tight line in that turn, and he's already got half a bike length on Vergier. He's out in front, and he's going to take that straight, direct inside line. Vergier heads to the outside as Gwynn dings over that rock, and that may have lost him speed. And it has. You can see Vergier has caught him up. Vergier is out in front now. He's actually overtaken him as Gwynn swings out into that outside line. Will he be able to carry more speed and catch up to Vergier? It's going to be super close. So Vergier is still out in front. They come round the turn. They come into sight. And yep, looks like Vergier's going to take it. By how much though? 0.21 to Vergier. Now, oh look who it is. It's the boy. It's Thibault Lally, the Frenchman for Pinkbike Racing, versus Elliot Jameson, who's one of the only ones we caught going over that rock into this turn. So let's see who's going to take it. So we got Thibault Lally. Thibault's behind a little bit as they come in, and then Thibault's going to go inside here as Elliot heads outside over the rock. And as Thibault goes down the inside, you can see him pulling in front just a little bit. So he got that a little bit cleaner there than Elliot did, and coming out of it, it's going to be close. Oh yeah, I forgot we timed to the lip. 0.1 to Thibault. So Elliot, you need to go round the rock or inside, like that. Holy crap, Finn Isles. He's on a tear this year, and that was super quick. But Loris Vergier, he was fastest in qualifying, and that was really quick on the inside. So these are the fastest two in this section. Here comes Loris Vergier. Oh, he's on the inside on the way in, and he goes inside here. It's the shorter line, but Finn is going around the outside. He executes this corner so well, off the brakes, carrying speed, and he is catching up Loris on the exit. So as they come down into this next bit, it is so close. Coming down the final straight and up to the lip of this jump, it's going to be, Finn Isles by 0.02. Super close. And that's it. Hey, sorry, I got a bit negative there. I don't normally get negative, but I didn't qualify again. I'm sick of it. Sick of it. Next time I'll be happy. You'll see. Snowshoe, I'm going to be absolutely cheesing. Yeah, we will see you for Story of the Race tomorrow. I'm sure there'll be a good one. This is a track for stories. 100%. We're going to have a lot to talk about. So stay tuned. I can't feel my butt. Oh!